organizational processes. This is block 3, managerial processes. Unit 9, decision making. Decision making is a fundamental part of daily life, you see, shaping choices that range from career paths to routine, you see, tasks. Every day we make numerous decisions, whether big or small, that impact us, you see. Some decisions prove effective, timely, appropriate, and acceptable, while others may not, you see, work as well. Yet many agree that indecision is often worse than making a, you see, few wrong choices. In management, decision making is key, involving actions such as allocating resources, hiring, and capital investment. You see, now if we invest money, you see, by seeing the balance sheet of a company, you see, we find that it is earning profit, so it will give us also, you see, good dividend. Scarcity of resources like manpower, shortage of, you see, manpower, capital, and time also, you see, we are short of time, calls for careful planning to minimize, you see, wasted effort and incorrect choices. 3 phases of decision making process are, you see, past phase, present phase, and future phase. Decision making involves selecting among alternatives to reach a goal, and these processes can be broken down into 3 phases: past phase, present phase, future phase. Past phase, problems arise, information is gathered, and the need for a decision is, you see, identified. Present phase, alternatives are identified and a choice is, you see, made. Future phase, decisions are implemented and evaluated. Herbert Simon, a notable decision theorist, outlined 3 critical activities, you see, within these phases: intelligence activity, design activity, choice activity. Now, intelligence activity recognize and understand the problem. You see, what is the problem? Identifying, you see, potential causes. Design activity, develop and analyze potential solutions, considering existing constraints. Choice activity, choose the best alternative among those identified. Further, Henry Mintzberg adds identification phase, problem or opportunity recognition and diagnosis. Development phase, search for standard solutions or create a new approach. Selection phase, decide by judgment, analysis, or bargaining. Decision making is a dynamic process with feedback loops due to issues like timing, disagreement, or new options. Types of managerial decisions: personal versus organizational decisions. Personal decisions relate to individual, you see, goals and are not usually delegated. Suppose you have, you see, decided to go for, you see, IAS, so you will do studies day and night for the exam. Whereas organizational decisions aim to fulfill, you see, organizational objectives and are often, you see, delegable. Say, for example, now you are working in a bank, so you have to You are a branch manager, you have to fulfill the targets. So whatever you see superiors, your zonal office guides you have to do accordingly. Basis versus routine decisions. Basic decisions are unique one-time decisions with long-term impacts like location, choice, or structural organization. Routine decisions are frequent, repetitive, and critical to daily operations, but carry less individual impact. Programmed versus non-programmed decisions, programmed decisions are repetitive and follow set procedures, while non-programmed decisions address unique situations requiring analysis and judgment. Gresham's law of planning explains a common tendency for routine decisions to take priority over unique ones, which can hinder attention to more strategic, non-routine matters. Next is modes of decision making based on problem complexity and outcome certainty. Decision making modes vary based on the complexity of the problem and certainty of the outer outcome, including mechanistic decisions, routine with known outcomes, often managed through standard procedures. Analytical decisions involve complex variables but predictable outcomes, often solvable with computational methods. Judgmental decisions have a few variables but uncertain outcomes, requiring good judgment to assess potential risks and rewards. Adaptive decisions, complex and unpredictable, often requiring collaborative input and flexibility to adapt to changing conditions. Decision making under different states of knowledge. Decision making conditions are often categorized by the level of certainty involved. Decisions under certainty, outcomes of alternatives are fully known. Examples include government bonds, where returns are predetermined, albeit with minimal risk. Now, whenever we invest in government securities, our risk is very less, and return is always there. Decisions under risk, probabilities of outcomes are known, but outcomes are variable. Common in management, where decisions are made with an understanding of potential outcomes based on experience, research, or past data. Decisions under uncertainty, outcomes are unknown with no basis for predicting the likelihood of different alternatives. These often occur in novel or complex situations such as new advertising campaigns or career decisions, where factors are difficult to assess reliably. Modes of decision making, econologic model, economic man model, then bounded rationality model, administrative man model, implicit favorite model, Gamesman model. So models of decision making are econological model, economic man model, then bounded rationality model, and administrative man model. Next is implicit favorite model, Gamisman model, econologic model, economic man model. This model assumes decision makers act with complete rationality, aiming to maximize benefits in an orderly step-by-step process. Assumptions: people can assess all necessary information, remember and evaluate it accurately, and calculate the best outcome of objectivity. Process steps: identify symptoms of a problem, define goals or the problem, develop evaluation criteria, identify possible alternatives, assess the consequences and likelihood of each alternative, select the best alternative, implement the decision. So identify symptoms of a problem. You see, what are the symptoms of a problem? What are the goals of the problem? Develop evaluation criteria. Then identify possible alternatives. Assess the consequences and likelihood of each, you see, alternative. Select the best alternative. Whichever is the best, you select it. Then implement the decision, you see. Limitations: it's often unrealistic as people lack the capacity for complete information and perfect evaluation, though advanced data processing now helps approximate this approach. Bounded rationality model, administrative man model. It is developed by Herbert Simon. This model assumes that people aim for satisfactory rather than optimal, you see, solutions due to cognitive limitations. Key concepts: sequential, you see, attention. Alternatives are considered one at a time until a satisfactory one is found. Heuristics: simple rules or shortcuts guide decision making to manageable, you see, options. Satisfying: a good enough solution is acceptable rather than the best one. Now, process steps. What are the process steps? First one is set a goal or define the problem. You see, what is the problem? Next is establish minimum acceptable criteria. Next is use heuristics to find promising alternatives. Next is adjust criteria if no suitable solution is found and search again. Next one is evaluate and implement an acceptable alternative. Next one is adjust future criteria based on implementation results. Now, focus describes, you see, actual decision making behavior with an emphasis on finding satisfactory practical solutions. Implicit favorite model, gamesman model. This model primarily used for non-routine or novel decisions suggests that decision makers often have a preferred option early on. Process overview, a preferred choice, implicit favorite is identified. Alternatives, confirmation candidates are considered but evaluated in ways that favor the implicit favorite. Decision rules are, you see, developed to justify choosing the favorite. Key insight, decision makers often perceive their choices as based on multiple criteria, even if only a few actually support the preferred option. Techniques for decision making steps are: number one is problem identification and definition. A clear definition of the problem is essential as it directs the search for alternatives. Having objective criteria before evaluating options minimizes, you see, bias. Generating alternatives. Creativity is key here. Common methods include brainstorming, a group technique where participants generate many ideas in a non-judgmental setting. Synectics, structured to combine diverse ideas through role-playing, analogies, and metaphors, fostering novel solutions. Nominal grouping, a method where participants independently create ideas, share them in turns, discuss, and then vote on the best options. Evaluating alternatives. Evaluation involves analyzing strengths, weaknesses, costs, and benefits of each option. It may include intuition, systematic analysis, or a mix of both for a balanced assessment. Selecting an alternative. The idea choice has the highest likelihood of achieving organizational goals. Though compromises may be necessary, decision quality and acceptability are balanced here. Implementing the decision. Effective implementation is essential, requiring clear communication, support, and allocation of resources to ensure successful action. Individual versus group decision making. You see, advantages of group decision making are more knowledge. Groups bring a wider, you see, knowledge base and facts, broader perspectives. They consider more alternatives and viewpoints. Higher satisfaction. Members involved in decisions are more satisfied and supportive of the outcome. Enhanced communication and political functions. Group decision making improves communication and serves organizational politics. Disadvantage of group decision making: slower process. You see, it is a slower process. Groups generally make decisions more slowly you see, than individuals. Compromise. Decisions may be, you see, suboptimal due to the need for compromise. Dominance issues. Sometimes one person or a clique dominates, undermining group input. Inhibited quick action. Group reliance may delay quick, decisive actions when needed. Effectiveness, group versus individual. The effectiveness of group or individual decision making depends on the people, group dynamics, and the decision context. Generally, setting objectives, groups excel by leveraging diverse knowledge, identifying alternatives. Individual insights contribute unique ideas, enriching group discussions. Evaluating alternatives, group judgment is superior as it incorporates varied, you see, viewpoints. Choosing and implementing alternatives. Group involvement enhances acceptance, but individuals are typically more effective at implementation. Barriers to effective decision making. Common decision making barriers, as noted by Elbing in 1998, include premature evaluation. You see, judging before understanding the issue fully. You see, relying on old experiences, focusing on similarities instead of new elements in problems. Limited solutions, using existing solutions rather than exploring innovative options. Face value focus, not questioning deeper aspects of problems. Single goal orientation, overlooking multiple objectives in complex issues. Symptom problem confusion, mistaking symptoms for root issues. Avoiding complex issues, focusing on simpler concerns instead of challenging problems. Automatic reactions, acting hastily without, you see, thorough thinking. Now, next is overcoming groupthink in decision making. To reduce groupthink and improve decision making, encourage critical evaluation. You see, group leaders should promote critical analysis of ideas, stay neutral, leaders should avoid imposing their own views initially to allow open discussions. Independent groups assign the same issue to two groups to compare solutions. Breaks for reflection, encourage intermittent breaks to consult other departments before finalizing decisions. Include external experts, invite outsiders to challenge group assumptions. Appoint a devil's advocate. One member should question prevailing options in each meeting. Divide for independent analysis. Split the group into two sections to discuss alternatives independently. Final reassessment before concluding. Have members revisit any remaining doubts. Next is, you see, organizational process. So, in decision making, we have studied, you see, phase 1 identification, phase 2 development, phase 3 selection, Then we have studied types of managerial decision, judgment decision, adaptive decisions. Then we have studied, you see, brainstorming. Then we have studied nominal grouping. Then individual versus group decision making. Then we studied, you see, advantages and disadvantages of group decision making. Now, groups can accumulate more knowledge and facts. Naturally, there are, you see, so many people are there in the group. So disadvantages, groups often work more slowly than individuals. Individual will work fast rather than a group, you see. Second advantage is, you see, groups have a broader perspective and consider more alternative solutions. Whereas disadvantages, groups are often dominated by one individual or a small clique, thereby negating many of the virtues of group procedures. You see. Next is, you see, advantages, group decision processes serve an important communication functions as well as a useful political function. So next disadvantage is over reliance on group decision making can inhibit management's ability to act quickly and decisively when necessary. Then we have, you see, studied overcoming barriers to effective decision, you see, making. Now, we analyze various results of a, you see, flawed cooperative choice cycle under the peculiarity called mindless obedience. Truth be told, these flaws are not allied to collective choices as it were. You will see the value in that in the beginning phase of any choice interaction. There is the probability that an assortment of perpetual predispositions might slow down issue examination or the idea of potential arrangements. The propensity to assess before one explores early assessment blocks investigation into a more full comprehensive of the circumstance. The next is the propensity to utilize accessible arrangements instead of thinking about new or creative ones. The next one is the propensity to coordinate choices toward a solitary objective. Most issues include various objectives that should be taken care of all the while. The inclination to disregard unsolvable issues and on second thought focus on less complex worries. So this was all about, you see, decision making, you see. So under barriers to effective decision making, we studied premature evaluation, relying on old experiences, limited solutions, face value, focus, single goal orientation, symptom problem confusion, avoiding complex issues, automatic, you see, reactions. Then we studied overcoming group think in decision making, encourage critical evaluation, stay neutral, independent groups, breaks for reflection, include external experts, appoint a devil's advocate, divide for independent analysis, final reassessment. Now we come on the, you see, next chapter, that is unit 10, organization structure and design. Now, organizing is the formal structuring of activities and resources to achieve specific organizational goals efficiently. While objectives may be met without structured, organization, it often results in wasted time and resources. Organizing allocates resources like people, equipment, facilities, finances, and credit, maximizing their use for effective goal attainment. Managers are responsible for assigning roles, defining responsibilities, and establishing reporting relationships to prevent confusion, conflict, and resource waste. This unit explores different organization structures and their alignment with company objectives. What are the objectives of the company? Understanding organization structure. An organization structure is a formal arrangement of relationships among the various parts of the organization. These relationships are deliberately specified to ensure clarity and stability. Though changes in relationships may be required with time and evolving solutions, maintaining consistency is crucial for effectiveness. The role of an organizational chart. An organizational chart visually represents a company structure. It includes boxes for key positions and lines indicating formal reporting relationships. The chart simplifies the actual structure, highlighting hierarchy and roles without detailing job descriptions, equal level relationships, or the authority level of each position. Despite these limitations, the organizational chart is a valuable tool for visualizing and refining the organizational structure. Formal structure. In a business context, both formal and informal structures coexist. The formal structure defines specific departments, activities, and reporting relationships. This structure establishes clear lines of authority and accountability within the organization. Informal structure and the role of the grapevine. The informal structure or grapevine represents unofficial communication and social relationships within the organization. Colleagues often share information beyond official channels, allowing managers to gain insights that prevent potential crises. Informal groups can support the formal structure by adapting to changing conditions, but may also challenge it if their norms conflict with formal policies. Managers should recognize the influence of informal structures and foster positive relationships within them to enhance organizational cohesion. Factors influencing organizational structure are environmental impact, technological impact, psychosocial characteristics. Environmental impact. Organizations operate within a complex environment comprising economic, social, cultural, political, and legal factors. Changes in any of these areas may require adjustments in the structure. For instance, regulations on foreign ownership or environmental protection can shape company policies and structures. By responding proactively to environmental changes, organizations can enhance their public image and increase their resilience. Next is technological impact. Advancements in technology significantly influence organizational structures. Historically, tasks performed by individual artisans evolved into specialized roles within assembly lines and later into automated processes managed by computer systems. Technological changes impact job design and departmental functions, driving the need for updated organizational structures that integrate new processes such as automated data management and decision-making systems. Psychosocial characteristics, shifting worker attitudes also influence organizational structure, increasing demand for work-life balance, awareness of worker rights, and the rise of trade unions have prompted companies to redesign their structures to accommodate modern workers. Organizations may implement policies for shorter work weeks, formal union representation, and employee-centric practices. Centralization concentrates decision-making power with top management. While centralization can provide stability and uniformity, excessive centralization can burden managers with routine tasks, limiting strategic planning time. You see, for example, if suppose you see in a bank branch, all the sanction powers are with the branch head, then you see there are various departments. Suppose administration is there, credit department is there, deposit department is there. Their heads, you see, if they are having no powers, and if they are given powers, you see the difference between the two. If they are given powers, the branch will run more smoothly, you see. For every time, for everything, they will not have to go to the boss, you see, branch head. They will, you see, take the decisions, they will sanction the, you see, proposals. So the branch will run, you see, nicely. So up to a certain level, centralization is good, but beyond that, it is not good. Then decentralization. Decentralization involves delegating decision-making authority to lower levels in the hierarchy. This is good, you see. It works when markets demand adaptability, local responsiveness, and employee engagement in decision-making. For example, multinational companies or organizations dealing in highly variable markets may benefit from decentralized structures, allowing for localized adaptation and rapid response. Just like in a bank branch, if the powers are given to departmental heads, so branch will run in a better way rather than all the powers are with the branch head. Balancing centralization and decentralization. Yes, this is very important. You see, the degree of centralization or decentralization depends on organizational needs. Functions, requiring rapid local responses may be decentralized, while those benefiting from economies of scale and specialized expertise may remain centralized. You see, for example, certain, say in a bank, you see this sensitive stationery, printing of sensitive stationery. It should remain with the head office. Certain things should be centralized, certain things should not be centralized. Additionally, advances in real-time data sharing enable both centralization and decentralization, depending on how information is processed and used within the company. Then line and staff relationships. Line functions, directly contribute to organizational goals and have command relationships from superior to subordinate. Staff functions often advisory support to line functions for efficiency without, direct command. Principles influencing organizational structure, specialization of work. Divide tasks for focused skill application, although excessive division can lead to, monotonous roles. Scalar principle and unity of command. Scalar principle, authority flows directly from superior to subordinate. Unity of command, each subordinate ideally reports to only one, superior. Span of control and levels of management. Span of control refers to the number of, direct reports a manager oversees, which varies by context. Level of management, adding management levels results in a vertical structure with narrow spans of control, while fewer levels, create a flat structure for faster information flow and greater, autonomy. Differentiation of tasks and activities, you see. Organizational activities are divided for efficient management, typically by function, common in single, you see, product organizations with departments like marketing, finance, and production. Pros and cons. Pros allows specialization, efficient use of resources. Cons can lead to narrow, you see, focus, coordination issue among departments. Product use when, you see, managing multiple diverse products. You see, pros, tailored focus on product lines, enabling, you see, specialized customer service and accountability for profits. Cons can increase costs due to management duplication. Next is location, pros and cons of location. Location groups activities based on geographic areas, ideal for organizations requiring local responsiveness. Then pros are utilizes local resources, enables faster decisions. Cons requires general management skills and can challenge top level control. Next is customer type, organizes teams based on customer segments to enhance sales approach alignment. Pros is minimizes effort duplication, tailored approaches for different customer types. Cons are requires careful segment analysis and targeted, you see, strategies. Then metric structure. The metric structure blends functional and product-based organizations commonly used for large specialized projects requiring dual expertise. Here, team members report to two managers, one functional and one project based, leading to dual authority and potential conflicts in roles and responsibilities. While this structure leverages both functional and project based skills, it can create ambiguity in authority and accountability. Network structure. A network structure organizes an entity to manage external organizations essential to its goals, typically used by non-business organizations with social or political objectives. For example, a state industrial body may work with various local agencies to establish an industrial estate, each bringing specific, you see, services. In this structure, the main organization acts as a lead agency, coordinating services from external partners to achieve a unified objective. Success relies on the smooth collaboration of all networked entities. Integrating organizational tasks and activities. To ensure alignment forward organizational goals, different groups within an organization must effectively integrate it. The need for integration increases with the integration of departments, as uncoordinated efforts may lead to rivalry rather than cooperation. Three key elements facilitate integration: authority, then administration, and communication. So authority, hierarchical relationships define authority within the organization, centralizing coordination. In large organizations, this central authority requires support from administrative systems and communication networks to ensure cohesive issue operations across diverse areas and product lines. Administration, routine tasks and processes are standardized through formal administrative, you see, procedures, supporting horizontal integration across departments. For example, the process for employee promotion involves multiple departments like marketing and personnel working in sync, thus integrating various organizational levels. Next is communication. Communication networks support both vertical and horizontal, you see, information flow, crucial for timely and accurate decision making. Field staff often collect market information, which, if efficiently transmitted, can be analyzed by decision makers. Modern technology enhances data processing and transmission, but open communication encouraged by top management remains key. Designing structure for a service organizations which provide intangible products require a structure that prioritizes efficient, courteous service. Personal interaction often differentiates service organizations like banks, health clubs, and municipal services. Identifying the primary service offered and maintaining operational excellence is essential for customer satisfaction. For instance, a telecommunications provider ensures quality service by maintaining existing systems and expanding capacity. In service organizations, the intangible aspects of service like friendly behavior play a vital role in customer retention. Like in banks, your customers, if you are friendly behavior, if you give them good service, they will be with the bank, that brand, that particular brand. The moment you don't give good service, they will shift their account to some other bank. So in this, we have studied, organization structure and chart. In a company, board of directors are there. Board of directors, how a company is formed. A private limited company can be formed by two people. Two people, if they contribute 1 lakh rupees, they can start a company. They have to get it registered with registrar of companies. Each state is having a registrar of companies office, and they have to register. They have to prepare the memorandum. They have to articles. They have to submit these documents to the ROC, registrar of companies. So in that case, they will be the directors, only 2 directors. And public limited company, they can have many directors. After board of directors, chairman and managing director is there, CMD. Then under CMD, various departments, managers are there. For example, purchase, marketing, manufacturing, finance, personnel. Research and development. Then you will have, production control, quality control, procurement, transportation and traffic. Then plant manager 1, plant manager 2, plant manager 3. Then supervisor, foreman, operation. Under plant manager 1, supervisor, foreman, operation. Under plant manager 2, again supervisor, foreman, then operation. Then under plant manager 3, supervisor, foreman, operation. Then we come on, next is, for example, our, organizational chart and design, they have given an example of, Mahanagar Telephone Nigam Limited, telephones, The topmost boss is, general manager. Then below him, how many people are working. Below him, additional general manager is working. That is equipment and planning, planning and installation. He is looking after 3 departments: equipment, planning and installation. Then under general manager, deputy general manager, communication and public relations is working. Then under general manager, additional general manager, operations is working. Then under general manager, financial advisor is working. Then under general manager, director vigilance is working. Then under general manager, additional general manager, external plant planning, cable construction and maintenance is working. Now under deputy general manager, commercial and public relations, who is working under general manager, assistant general manager is working. Commercial 1, assistant general manager, commercial 2, they are working. Then there are, public relation officers, then publicity officer, then commercial officer, coordination. Then we will have, commercial officer, registration central, commercial officer registration north, commercial officer registration south, then commercial officer registration east, commercial officer registration west. Then under assistant general manager, commercial 2, commercial officer special services, You see, he's there, then directory officer is there. So this is, you see, organizational structures and design, you see. Then we have just now discussed, you see, under additional general manager operations, area manager is working. Area manager east, west, south, north, long distance, you see, central. Then we have deputy area managers, then civil engineers, then chief accounts officers. Then we have public relation officer, commercial officer. Then we have subdivisional officer, assistant engineer under civil engineer. Then under chief accounts officer, we have accounts officer, telephone, revenue. Then under area manager, long distance, we have deputy area manager, civil engineer, inland trunk, civil engineer, international and special UC services. So this was the, you see, organization chart and design of Mahanagar Telephone Nigam Limited, you see, Delhi. Now, for example, in a bank, you see, board of directors are there. Next to board of directors, you see, CMD, chairman and managing director. Under chairman and managing director, executive directors are there. You see, there can be 2 executive directors, there can be 3 also. Then under, you see, each executive director, there are, you see, general managers, you see. There are many general managers, you see, each head of a department. Then under general managers, you see, deputy general managers are there. Under deputy general managers, assistant general managers are there. Then under assistant general managers, chief managers are there. Under chief managers, there are senior managers. Then under senior managers, managers are there. Then under manager, assistant manager is there, you see. So in a bank branch, suppose it is a, you see, branch is headed by, you see, chief manager. Under chief manager, there will be senior manager in the branch. Senior manager credit, senior manager administration services, like this. So in head office, the structure is, you see, chairman and managing director. Then under him, you see, executive directors will be there. Head office of a bank, you see, commercial bank. Chairman, managing director, then under him, executive directors will be there. Under them, general managers will be there. Under general managers, deputy general managers will be there. Under deputy general managers, you see, there will be assistant general manager. Under assistant general managers, there will be, you see, chief managers, then senior managers, then assistant managers. In a, you see, in a zone, you see, suppose it is Delhi zone, you see, the head is zonal manager. Under him, you see, deputy zonal manager is there. You see. So under Delhi, you see, zonal, all the branches are reporting to the zonal manager. Sometimes they post a general manager also if it is the business is more. Then in the branches, you see that suppose it is a chief manager level branch, you see, the head is chief manager, then senior manager will be there. If it is a assistant general manager headed branch, under assistant general manager, you see, general chief managers will be there. Then senior managers will also be there. So this is, you see, the organization structure, you see, of a bank. Then we have just now, you see, studied, you see, this organization structure and chart, board of directors, then chairman, managing director, then manager purchases, manager marketing, manager manufacturing, manager finance, manager personnel, director, you see, research and development. Then you see, production control, then quality control, then procurement, then transportation and traffic. Then plant managers are there. Plant manager 1, plant manager 2, plant manager 3. Then you see each plant, there is a supervisor, there is a foreman, there is a, you see, then operation department is also there. So now next is, you see, normally production department, administration department, sales department, purchase department, these departments are there. So organizing is a process, you see, of formal grouping of activities and resources to facilitate the attainment of certain organizational objectives. Although objectives could be attained without formally organizing, however, it comes with great wastage of resources and time. Therefore, a good manager always prefers to organize himself to reduce the wastage of time and resources. You see. So we have seen the organization structure and design of a Mahanagar Telephone Nigam Limited. Similarly, also we have discussed about a bank. Any bank, its head office will be there. Suppose the branches of the bank are all over our country, India. Now, suppose head office is in Delhi. Say we take the example of Punjab National Bank, head office in Delhi. They are having branches abroad also, and all the branches in India. Now they will have each state they will make it a zone. Say Maharashtra zone, Gujarat zone, Bihar zone, Rajasthan zone, Haryana zone, Punjab zone. All these will be headed by the zonal managers. Normally they are of the rank of general manager. So in head office of Punjab National Bank in Delhi, they will have organizational structure will be like chairman and managing director. He is the highest post. He is posted by the Ministry of Finance, Government of India, because this is a government bank. In a government bank, posting is done by the government. He is number one. So under him, 2 executive directors are there. Now, these executive directors are also posted by the government only, Ministry of Finance, Division of Banking. Now, remaining next to him is general manager. In a bank, a officer can rise from officer to a general manager. The assistant manager, senior manager. Then after senior manager, chief manager. Chief manager. Then the chairman and managing director, then executive directors, both these are appointed by the government. Then general manager is there. Then after general manager, deputy general manager. Then assistant general manager. After assistant general manager, chief manager. After chief manager, senior manager is there. After senior manager, manager is there. And after manager, assistant manager is there. So this is the setup of the bank. Now similarly in branches, suppose the branch is headed by chief manager, senior manager, manager, assistant manager. Now suppose just now we are discussing Punjab National Bank, all throughout India their branches are there. So now they will have in branches in Bihar, they will have branches in Orissa, all these states they will have zonal manager. Then in the zonal office under the zonal manager, deputy zonal manager will be there. Then like this, they will be conducting their branches in the zone. They will be conducting their branches in the zone. And zonal managers will be reporting to the head office. They will be reporting to the head office. In the head office, the head is the CMD, chairman and managing director. And next to chairman and managing director is the executive directors. So all these bank has made many zones, small zones, so that head office can control in a better way. They will make a zone of say less number of branches, so that the zonal manager can control those branches and he can report to the head office. If he is needing any help, he will report to the if he is having any problem, he will report to the head office. So this was about the organization structure of a bank. So students, we are closing this class. Thank you very much, students. Thank you.